the duties of firefighter
discharge the duties of firefighter
of the city of Washington
of the city of Washington
according to law
according to law
and the best of my ability.
and the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And then I'll get you signed. Go ahead and sign those two, and then I'll get you tell a little bit about yourself. Introduce who you got here.
I'm Benji Dorsell. I've been a firefighter for 15 years. I served in the Army before that, and but I've lived here in Vincennes, Washington. Hey, I left. I'm very grateful to be here in Washington, and I'm here with just to serve the community. I've lived here for about 7 years now, I think. And but I've got my wife Wendy, my daughter Quinzel, and my sons Finn and Vincent, and I'm also joined by my mother-in-law Wanda, my sister-in-law Cassie, and Chuck. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Okay. You know, very glad to have you.
No harsh questions? No harsh questions?
I know how it is. And he's been around, he knows how it is. Thank you. Okay. Let's call this meeting to order. The City of Washington Common Council, August 22nd, 2022. To order, please. First thing, let's have a moment of silence for our veterans, please. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please. Here. 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 Okay. All right, everybody's here tonight. Thank you. First thing, we got approval of minutes of August 8th, 2022, and the special meeting and two public hearings, along with the regular meeting minutes in front of you tonight. If anybody have any questions on the minutes, on all these meetings that we had last August 8th?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Councilman Gress makes a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second by Councilman Dahl, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Abstain for Doug, okay. All right, next we have a written presentation of the claims in front of you tonight. Anybody have any questions or concerns about the claims tonight? We do. Yeah, we do have, we do have a couple of the highway project
acquisitions in there, land for the right of ways. We have a couple of those in there, but yeah, and we're getting really close to the end of that. I think we're narrowing down really.
Still got a couple
Really?
holdouts, or
Yeah, I think so. And then we have, yeah, we have a couple, but we're down one. You can count them on one hand. It's getting pretty low. Yeah. So anybody, any questions or anything on claims? Okay, Councilman Emmons makes a motion to approve and send to the Board of Works for final approval. Second by Councilman Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Councilman Lunsford, assistant. Okay. Next, we have comments by the members of the public other than what's on the agenda tonight. Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on. No, there's no resolutions tonight. We have a few ordinances, introduction of ordinance number 24-2022.
I'll make a motion to read that order.
Okay, Councilman Kempton makes a motion to read this ordinance.
Second.
Second by Councilman Showalter, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 10.
Ordinance number 24-2022, an ordinance fixing the compensation of officers, employees, and certain appointed positions of the city of Washington, Indiana for the year 2023. Be it ordained by the Common Council of the city of Washington, Daviess County, Indiana, that the compensation fixed herein may not be increased during the budget year 2023, but may be reduced by the mayor for each appointed officer, deputy, and other employee of the city departments set forth herein, or by the city clerk treasurer or employees of the clerk treasurer's office. Compensation of the officers and employees of the city of Washington for the year 2023 are hereby as follows. Tax-supported departments, motor vehicle highway fund, one assistant street commissioner at $27.27 per hour, one secretary at $21.54 per hour, 50% from MVH and 50% from garbage and trash, one mechanic at $25.81 per hour, again 50% from MVH and 50% from garbage and trash, one mechanic at $25.81 per hour, one maintenance, $21.50 per hour, one laborer, $20.77 per hour, 72% from MVH and 28% from transit part-time driver, two laborers at $20.77 per hour, one job foreman at $22.08 per hour, one heavy equipment operator at $21.72 per hour, one heavy equipment operator at $21.72 per hour, 50% from MVH and 50% from planning, one summer fill-in laborers for 20 weeks at $12.35, standby personnel $110 per week, CDL certifications $27 per pay, garbage and trash, three heavy equipment operators and compactor drivers at $21.72 per hour, seven laborers at $20.77 per hour, three summer laborers at $12.35 per hour, again CDL certifications at $27 per pay. Washington Transit, one driver full-time, $20.65 per hour, CDL certification, $27 per pay. Executive Department, one executive assistant, $24.82 per hour, one part-time first deputy accounting administrative, $25 per hour, one second deputy accounts payable grant administrator, $24.82 per hour, 55% from general, 17% from utility light, 12.5% from utility water, 12.5% from utility wastewater, 3% from park. NDOT ERC certification, $68 per pay. One payroll and benefits administrator, $24.82, 50% from general fund, 20% from utility light, 15% from utility water, 15% from utility wastewater. One payroll and benefits administrative clerk, two, $21.54 per hour, 50% from general, 20% from utility light, 15% from utility water, 15% from utility wastewater. One accounts payable administrative clerk, two, at $21.54 per hour, 50% from general, 20% from utility light, 15% from utility water, 15% from utility wastewater. One documentation and general administrative clerk, 2022, $21.54 per hour. One part-time general administrative clerk at $16 per hour. One city hall custodian at $18.76 per hour, 50% from general, 20% from utility light, 15% from utility water, 15% from utility wastewater. Park and recreation, one foreman, $22.08 per hour. One heavy equipment operator, $21.72 per hour. Two laborers at $20.77 per hour. One summer fill-in from May 1st to August 31st at $12.35 per hour. Engineering department, one laborer's assistant to engineer part-time, hourly wage of $12.35 per hour, paid from the department that they're working for. Plan Commission, Board of Zoning and Code Enforcement, one assistant code enforcement officer, $24.90 per hour, 75% from general fund, 25% from utilities. One assistant county plan director, $20.39 per hour. One building commissioner, secretary, coordinator, $21.54 per hour. One construction foreman, $23.04 per hour, 50% from plan commission, 50% from utilities. And the CDL certifications again at $27 per pay. Police department civilian employees, two administrative clerks with an hourly wage of $20.39 per hour. Animal control facility, one animal control assistant office manager at $24.18 per hour. One animal control officer custodian at $20.62 per hour. One part-time assistant animal control officer, $15.97 per hour. And standby personnel of $110 per week. Water World of Washington, one manager at $17 per hour, one assistant manager at $15.50 per hour, one head lifeguard at $14.46 per hour, 16 lifeguards at $11.86 per hour, 6 desk persons, concession workers at $11.08 per hour, one certified pool operator at $40 per pay, one aquatic director at $192.31 per pay. Non-taxing departments from utility funds, one collections small claims clerk at $20.39 per hour, one collections supervisor at $23.92 per hour, two collection clerks at $20.39 per hour, one bookkeeper at $23.92 per hour, one accounts payable clerk at $20.55 per hour, one utility process supervisor at $23.92 per hour, one billing clerk at $20.39 per hour, one billing and key accounts specialist at $21.68, two front office clerks, $20.39 per hour, one customer service technician at $21.68 per hour, one field service technician at $21.68 per hour, one inventory clerk at $21.77 per hour, one utility clerk floater at $20.39 per hour, with 92.5% from utilities and 7.5% from the mayor's budget. One part-time clerk, $12.35. Board of Public Works and Safety members, $55 each bi-weekly. Standby personnel, $110 per week. CDL certifications again at $27 per pay. The electric department, one assistant superintendent at $29.64 per hour. 10 linemen broken down as follows. Journeyman lineman, not $28.67 per hour. Fourth class, $26.29 per hour. Third class, $24.76 per hour. Second class, $23.24 per hour. First class, $22.13 per hour. Apprentice, $21.26 per hour. One meter tech journeyman, $28.67. One truck driver groundman, $22.12. One storeroom clerk groundman, $21.87. One laborer and custodian, $20.75. 4 tree trimmers, primary tree trimmer, $26.29. Assistant primary tree trimmer, $25.16. Third class tree trimmer, $24.13. Second class tree trimmer, $23.11. First class tree trimmer, $22.13 per hour. One storeroom clerk, $21.75 per hour. Certification pay, NERC coordinator, $40 per pay. certification pay PCB testing, $40 per pay. Standby personnel, 2 of them per week at $110 per week. CDL certifications, $27 per pay. The Water Department, 1 assistant superintendent, $27.39 per hour. 1 certified operator, $25.70 per hour. 1 head operator, $22.63 per hour. 1 second shift operator, $21.35 per hour. 1 third shift operator, $21.58 per hour. 1 swing shift operator, $22.08 per hour. 1 heavy equipment operator, $22.52 per hour. 1 job foreman, $22.08 per hour. 6 distribution maintenance, $21.80 per hour. IDEM authorized certified operator treatment and distribution, $105 per pay. Certified operators treatment, $37.50 per pay. Certified operators distribution, $37.50 per pay. Standby personnel, $110 per week. CDL certifications again at $27 per pay. Wastewater Department, 1 assistant superintendent, $28.15. IDEM certified class 3 operator, $27.39. 1 head operator, $22.63. 1 lab technician, $22.04. 1 first shift plant operator, $21.11. 1 second shift plant operator, $21.55 per hour. 1 third shift plant operator, $21.58 per hour. 1 swing shift operator, $22.08 per hour. 1 sewer maintenance mechanic operator, $21.80 per hour. 7 heavy equipment operator sewer maintenance workers, $21.80 per hour. 1 wastewater stormwater clerk, $20.39 per hour, 50% from wastewater, 50% from stormwater. IDEM authorized 3rd class certification, $105 per pay. 3rd class certified operators, $68 per pay. 2nd class certified operators, $47 per pay. 1st class certified operators, $27 per pay. Standby personnel, $110 per week. CDL certifications, $27 per pay. MS4 department, 2 heavy equipment operators, $21.80 per hour. Stormwater operator MS4 certification, $105 per pay. 1 program operator, assistant manager, $24.11 per hour, 50% from wastewater, 50% from stormwater. 1 part-time laborer, $16 per hour. CDL certifications at $27 per pay. Information technology, 1 information technology assistant, $21 per hour, 50% from general, 50% from utilities. Paragraph 1, all employees covered by the preceding sections of this ordinance who work in excess of 40 hours a week for their emergency or regularly scheduled work shall be paid for all such excess hours at 1.5 times the regular hourly rate. Holidays will be counted as hours worked for purposes of calculating the overtime hours. Other time off work shall not count toward overtime. All such overtime must be approved and recorded by the supervising department head. Paragraph 2, extra part-time employees may be hired as deemed necessary by the department heads and approved by the mayor, as long as sufficient funds are appropriated and available in the particular department's budget for the compensation of such part-time employees. All extra part-time employees shall be paid the prevailing minimum wage of $12.35 per hour or at the discretion of the mayor. Paragraph 3, all regular full-time employees who work at least 35 hours per week and whose positions are authorized year-round by this ordinance are entitled to vacation and sick leave as set out in the municipal code or employee handbook of the city of Washington. Such employees are also entitled to all other fringe benefits approved and funded by the common council. Full-time employees who work an average of 30 hours or more are eligible for health insurance benefits in accordance with the provisions of the Federal Affordable Health Care Act. Paragraph 4, that from and after the first day of January 2022, all full-time employees of the city, excluding police officers and fire department, those being under a separate ordinance, shall receive longevity pay as set out below. 1 year through and including 3 years, 0. 4 years through and including 10 years, $640 per year. 11 years through and including 15 years, $970 per year. 16 years through and including 20 years, $1,235 per year. 21 years through and including 25 years, $1,495 per year. 26 years through and including 30 years, $1,750 per year. 31 years and over, $2,060 per year. For purposes of longevity pay, years of service is calculated as of January 1 each year. Paragraph 5, the city attorney shall be entitled to remuneration at the rate of $200 per hour for any bond issues in which the city shall participate as local counsel, therefore, in any protracted litigation in which the city may become involved. Services for EDC and court cases involving traffic cases. Said additional remunerations to be processed by the clerk treasurer by the appropriate claim form submitted to the common council and the Board of Public Works and Safety for approval, and to be paid upon said approval, if it be so, as remuneration in addition to the appropriated sums herein above set forth. No other employees shall be entitled to any of the fringe benefits listed in the above sections unless specifically authorized by the common council by ordinance or contract. The city attorney shall be entitled to participate in the following benefits as offered to employees: health, vision, and dental insurance, life insurance, and public employees' retirement, and may make voluntary personal contributions to the 457 retirement. Paragraph 6, employees who are called out after hours will be paid the actual number of hours worked at a minimum of 1 hour calculated from the time they leave home to return. Paragraph 7, a sick leave bonus will be paid to full-time employees as follows. A, if any employee of the city does not take annual sick time during a given year, the employee shall be paid the sum of $480 with his or her first pay in February of the following year. If an employee of the city uses sick time up to 2 days during the year, the employee shall be paid the sum of $240 with his or her first pay in February of the following year. If any employee takes more than 2 sick days during the year, the employee shall not be entitled to any additional compensation as referenced in this section. B, for employees who have worked for the city for less than 1 calendar year, the above amounts shall be $40 and $20 respectively for each full calendar month of employment in his or her first year. C, for purposes of calculating the bonus, employees are permitted up to 8 hours for obtaining medical procedures or tests that are part of the Well Living Program, and these 8 hours shall not be counted against the number of days allowed for the sick bonus calculation. Upon providing documentation to the clerk treasurer's office of having undergone a colonoscopy procedure as required by the city's Well Living Program, an employee will be permitted an additional 8 hours for a total of 16 hours, which shall not count against the number of days allowed for the sick bonus calculation. Salary personnel, non-taxing departments from utility funds. 1 utility office manager, $22,281.08 bi-weekly.
There's too many twos.
Too many commas.
Well,
Well, yeah, you're right.
yes,
I'll take the 22,000.
Yeah.
Take
I
it? Okay.
Yes.
One electric superintendent, $2,684 bi-weekly. 1 water superintendent, $2,325.89 bi-weekly. 1 wastewater superintendent, $2,325.89 bi-weekly. Other salary personnel, 1 street commissioner, $2,441.43 bi-weekly. 1 animal control office manager, $2,281.08 bi-weekly. 1 city attorney, 50% from general fund, $977.32 bi-weekly. 25% from planning commission, BZA, and code enforcement, $488.64 bi-weekly. 25% from utilities, $488.64 bi-weekly. 1 city engineer, 35% from general, $1,117.73. 65% from utilities, $2,075.76. 1 information technology director, 50% from general, $1,384.62. 50% from utilities, $1,384.62. Plan Commission, Board of Zoning, and Code Enforcement. 1 building commissioner, Davies County Plan Director, $2,441.43 bi-weekly. 11 members from the Plan Commission, $654 per year. 7 members of the Board of Zoning Appeals at $654 per year. Parks and Recreation, 1 park superintendent, $2,281.08 biweekly, and 6 park board members, $654 per year. Passed by the Common Council of the City of Washington, Davis County, Indiana, this blank day of blank 2022.
Did your ordinance for park superintendent, what did that say again?
Park superintendent, 228108.
I got 2281.08.
Yeah,
Yeah.
228108, yeah. Okay. Yes, sir.
That changed the ordinance.
I've got a couple of things I'd like to bring up. One is, I know we had some departments ask for more money. I'd like to really have a committee, whether you call it retention or benefits committee or something. We need to look into this, not just for electric or police or fire, but for all of them, and see, because we are losing people. And a lot of them are just over money. They want to over more money, and I'd like to see us form some kind of committee where we can go through and see if there's something that we can do to kind of keep these people and let them know that we are listening to what they have to say, and is that something that's doable?
Yeah, very much so. We had a salary committee, but this would be similar, but it'd be, but yeah, I think we need it. I mean, because,
We talked earlier, and I think it needs to start early in the year.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be.
and I'm all for it because I can't do anything without your approval. So, I mean, I think it's,
And I know that we talked a lot about the electric guys whenever we were in our special meeting before last time, but when I met with Randy and Jeff last Friday, just because we had so many people talking about it, that, I mean, they gave me they spent a lot of time trying to figure out, not just this is what we want, but I mean, put some bones behind it. So if they're gonna put that kind of effort into trying to show us, what they deserve, then we probably need to listen. And I mean, I'd be on that committee if anybody wants me to be on that committee, but I mean, I think that it needs to start as soon as we're done with this budget and start talking about it. We don't have to wait till the next budget to raise some of them if we have to.
well, we've done that in the past. In the past years, we've done that as the year went through too, on different occasions.
I would be on it too. I would have no problem.
I have a question though.
Sure.
I mean, as far as if you all pass the 4% across the board, we can't revisit this next year. So there's no increasing our salaries if we come back to the board until 2023, correct?
No.
Because this is what doesn't that state that?
I mean, we have to revise it. We have to revise it, but, the salary ordinance, which we've done before.
And then the other thing I had was, we got clerks all over the place in this, and some make $21.54 and some make $20, and can we be more uniform?
Well, we have been trying to be uniform on a lot of occasions, and we have talked, in the meantime, I've talked to Stacy, and we have talked about this, and I was gonna suggest to bring it and do it now, but with the other things we're talking about, I didn't think it was right to do that and not do the other without talking about it, you know what I mean? So we was gonna bring them up to 21.54 and have all those clerks.
Like the police department have a couple, and
We tried it, and I did that with different other categories this past year, like heavy duty, heavy equipment operators and stuff like that. I brought them up and I saw that.
we've done that.
But I just, and then the clerk thing came up just recently with Stacy, and then Stacy does have it. Another reason why I didn't want to do it now, because Stacy might have some changing going on after the first year with her department, maybe some people doing other things, other titles, and we just thought that'd be a good time to address that, also.
We have that new software, and we have a couple people retiring, so some duties are gonna change.
Yeah.
So position titles are probably gonna change, and some pay rates at that are probably gonna, I have one that's probably gonna actually decrease, so, and we'll go to a more
But,
base
yeah.
pay, so.
So wouldn't it be a good thing for this committee to discuss all that too?
I think so. I think so. I think that they definitely should. You know, that's one reason, and that's the other reason why we didn't do it right now with those ladies at the utility office.
I mean, I know in the past, we always had police, fire come in.
I think we
I mean,
should.
that was stopped. I'm not sure why it was stopped. I guess just because, I guess they kept asking for things. We never gave them to them. But I mean, yeah, I think it's, I mean, even that committee, maybe that's where they were, where the police, fire, the head of all the superintendents come in to that committee and present to their, so the committee can, you know, have a good understanding of what they're asking and then relay it back to the rest of the council so that we don't have to.
So always took you're planting seeds, the way I've always looked at it. You may not get it the first year, but if you talk about it, at least it's discussed.
I mean, I learned that the electric department's doing the journeyman cards now, and they're actually spending a lot of money to train those guys, and if we train them and then we lose them, it's $20,000 just to do some training.
Yeah.
Police department, the same way, we send them 16 weeks to the academy, pay them there.
Yeah, I think all that needs to be addressed, and that's one reason I put the CDL in there, because a lot of communities are looking at that. So I know it was very small this year, but I thought it was well needed to keep those people with their certifications, that they go the extra lane
Yeah, that's
to
good.
keep that. So I thought it's very minimal right now, but we have to start somewhere. And I thought the CDL requirements was a good thing to do. So I think all this, and that committee can change from year to year. It don't have to be the same people all the time. We can rotate that around and have different people different years on that salary, that committee, whatever we want to call it.
So what can we have? Can we have like 3 councilmen, the mayor, and then maybe a clerk? Or, I mean, what's?
3 councilmen's the max, yeah.
3 councilmen? Does there need to be a representation
And
past
I
us?
mean, Beth probably needs to be on.
yeah, because
She
the
does
clerk's
the-
office does all the, yeah. I don't know, if you put a department head on there, who do you put on there? It's hard to
Yeah,
do.
maybe that's.
Because then you get into I'd rather, I think it needs to be,
State sent out a survey to each employee
With those
asking what areas they needed strengthening in to retain their employees.
So the department head should be, have the input.
and definitely they will come in to that group and talk, yes.
Right.
They all should have a chance.
And they happen to get the bigger.
No, they should have a chance to come in and state their case.
If you, I
She'd
mean,
like to be on.
I'm just saying,
We'd have to vote on that. but-
yeah.
That'll be a secret ballot.
But no, we talked this, I've talked with several department heads, and we talked retainage, and me and Roscoe's talked, and me and Derek's talked, we've all talked, and it's very important how we move forward and try to do this. I ain't said we can do it, but, it's maybe small bites.
But even if you come up with like a 5-year plan of trying to dig out of not, having people leave, I mean.
Yeah, we don't like losing
I
anyone.
felt like we were on the right track with what we were talking about, and then it just got nixed last meeting. And that's why I said, like, it doesn't have to be a negative thing for all the departments if they know we're catching everybody up over 5 years.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, you
Yes,
can't always give all.
no, and
We
you
can
can,
start
no,
doing the right thing by doing something.
yeah, I agree. Okay.
Question on the salary employee. What is the utility rate office manager's pay? There's several numbers in this.
Take out one of the
Too many numbers.
There's some extra numbers in there.
Just take the 2 out.
Just take one of the 2s out.
No, you can leave that in there.
Yeah. It's 2281.
I'll split it.
It's 2281. We'll make that correction.
Tim was.
I stumbled over it today, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a comma somewhere.
I saw that right away that there was 1 too many 2s in there, yes. We'll make that correction. No, okay, because the second reading, it'll be
No,
corrected.
you're talking about
before
a motion.
Oh, motion for the committee?
If there's no objection, I wouldn't mind going.
And I don't have to be on, I just.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Okay,
I
well,
think it'll help what happened last week. Or
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
yeah, It has to be, you know, there again, you guys want to vote on this when it comes down to it, but yeah, we need to talk about it, and we need to, and it'll show, not just to show good faith, but, we, you know,
We can make some movement.
yeah. You know, because it's, coming on my side, you know, I see the importance of it, it's, okay. Well, I don't think we have to have a motion for the committee, do we, Tim?
No, you can appoint a committee.
Yeah, and I will, I will, after.
I think we need to start meeting next budget.
Yes, yes. Of course, we, yes.
The sooner the better.
We'll keep reminding.
And like you say, we can revise this ordinance as the year goes, and we've done it 2 or 3 times last time, so it can be revised as we see fit.
As the money comes.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, that too.
We might start keeping statistics on retention too from year to year.
And we've got a little bit of information, and I will request maybe get, if anybody in the departments have.
Should we have like an exit interview where we ask people why they're leaving or anything like that? That would be a great thing if we started that. Maybe interview the people that are leaving and ask them why they're leaving. That would give us some idea of stuff that maybe the department heads maybe not even really
And
ask.
sometimes they come and go, I mean, I usually, I know
How
about
would we
it.
do that? Would the department heads just do that?
I think
Or
so.
would
Like
we-
my question,
I think-
who would do that, the mayor, the department
I
head?
would think you'd want to different the department head if they had an issue with the department.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
They'll
just,
never leave because of the department.
well, I'm just sitting there saying
Why are
it.
you leaving?
Well, I understand that, so, I mean,
So the
you know.
GPC is charging it, but
Yeah, we don't have
I don't
any
know
charge.
how you, I
Yeah,
don't know how you go about it.
I think that I could do that, you know, I mean, we're not talking about,
I mean, you can use the same form, have 3 or 4 questions, and then ask them at the end whether there's anything else.
yeah.
But you can do that.
But no, I think that could be done too, you know, that's,
I hate to put more on you, but
well, I
I think
mean,
that'd be important information.
it is, could be important. I have asked those
I'm sure
questions
those department
verbally.
heads probably know.
Verbally, I've asked that question, and I've got some answers from that verbally, why they're leaving and for whatever reason.
You could
And
have a meet with that same salary committee and
most of the
let them
time,
do it on city time and come in and.
Or just.
Most of the time it's
what about
for-
the president of the council.
most of the time it's for more money. You know,
Well,
You're hoping that-
I know, I know.
most of it,
Most of the time.
most of it, yeah. Okay, we can do that. Okay, okay, any other questions on this ordinance? Any other more discussion? Okay, all right, we'll do those 2 things, and, no other questions, that ordinance will be up for adoption at the next council meeting. All right, next we have the introduction of ordinance number. Before we go, did you have something?
Yeah, I have some follow-up questions from last
Oh,
time.
yeah, because when I said, you know, that committee, let me, go ahead and address those, let me
Well, I didn't
address.
know if it was on, if there
Well-
was anything on the schedule.
It was just comments by the public, other than I seen you sitting there and do, I mean, I hate to see.
I know, but I didn't know if anything from the stormwater was already on.
Well, no,
No.
it's
Okay.
not.
Okay,
But also on this point, I have a meeting with some state officials tomorrow, talking about the storm damage.
Okay.
And they're gonna go, and I'll make that, they're gonna be going, just for your information, I'll put this on the media. They're gonna be going door to door at these places, like, on the list, like yourself, and they're gonna be doing an assessment themselves.
okay,
Well, we did asked you to do an assessment, now they're gonna do an assessment, and this is the procedure we have to go to try to get some state assistance,
okay.
so.
Because that
okay.
was my first question, was how long was the
Yeah.
survey open? And
Today was the last day for it. We asked people if they wasn't on it, we tried to put it out there for people to go ahead and get on there if they could. But, you know, today was the cutoff, they said probably, and then we have a meeting with those officials coming into town tomorrow, and then they'll go out at about 12:30. They'll be going out door to door. So I'm gonna put that on the media, just let people know that, you know, they'll have badges and stuff on, they'll have IDs, so,
Okay,
you know, you'll know who they are.
okay.
Okay.
Because I met some people like who didn't know about the survey even still.
And some people don't have internet.
I know.
You know, and I talked to a lady today, they didn't have internet. So, yeah, I just didn't want you to have to sit through. I saw you when we started doing this, and before we go to this next ordinance, you know, if you want to go ahead.
And then I had, also, are there any steps taken by the city to look at rerouting water runoff to a drain before it runs across our backyard? And then any investigation into the purple flood area shown on the DNR map and ways to mitigate future flooding in that area? And then regarding the new housing complex that's being built, has there been an estimate of the percentage of added water and sewage that it would add to the drainage on normal days versus days with excessive rain? So just looking at, because I think it was in March, you guys had talked about a need for a second stormwater
And
and
we've been
sewage
talking,
plant.
that has been in the plan for 4 or 5 years.
And so is
It's
something
still-
like that needed before a big housing
Not yet,
complex?
not really. We have room, but we have to talk, and we're in the process of moving forward on that, along with, I had the engineer to come, he's coming down and look at your place and give me another assessment on that. We're gonna do mainline cammering of storm sewers, just to make sure there's no, blockages, places, because we have run into that at other places, and because it need to be cleaned, maintenance. And so, yes, we are looking at all that, and, some of the things on the floodplain, we're gonna look into that, but we know where the floodplains are at, but I'm not sure what we can do there when it's a floodplain.
Regarding new housing projects, the big housing projects, they have to submit a hydrology report
Yeah.
to show how they're gonna retain water on their site, so that the new development doesn't exceed the way it leaves right now.
And the one guy that was here, didn't he say they were large, making theirs larger? or-
Yes, on that one site, yes.
Now, those don't help her. but-
No, but it kind of answered your question that you said, yes.
Where are you at, located? Where?
West Hepburn Street?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I know where
right before 6th Street.
I know what you
Yeah.
Greg Hague's office.
And so we have looked, and we have been talking some of that stuff before this happened. But we are looking at some other things too, since we talked to you last too.
So do they need to get estimates before these guys come to submit?
No, and I did, they asked their damage, and a lot of people don't know the exact dollar figures, but, they'll tell these people and they'll jot down, they don't really have to have an estimate, but they'll look for a dollar figure, the state does. If we get state help, it's gonna be, the minimum is gonna be 500, and the max will be 10,000. Just say. But they gotta do their assessment to see if these people, go through the steps. There's 2 different steps they gotta go through.
Now, once they do their assessment, then can other people who were not,
Well, we've given them some names that wasn't on the list that we know about, and I don't know, after that, we try to reach out, and we can reach out, I know we didn't reach out to everybody, I know not everybody
well,
responded.
that's what I was asking, if once they hear that they're doing this, then you're gonna have a flood of people.
Yeah,
Because I was just asked within probably 10 days by the Alvey, Josh, I don't know if you contacted.
well, we are gonna have a meeting, they are gonna have a meeting, they're asking for a site that will come in, and, so people can go in and talk this too. They go in, it would be just, first cut, or, open for 8 hours.
Now, that's once, if we do get this,
No, that's after all these steps are
that's
done,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is
after these steps are
after
done.
this.
Yeah. They are, and I suggested, I don't know yet what the times and dates are, but we will get that out to the media and public when that dates and times are made, what location that will be at.
Okay.
So, we're trying to keep the ball moving, trying to do what we can, and make sure, people like yourself get heard, Anything else? You have anything else?
No, it's all on there.
Okay. All right, I appreciate you coming in. And like you said, don't expect some people coming around tomorrow, because you are on that first list of things, so, hopefully, these people are gonna be home, most of them. Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay, thank you for coming. All right. Then I'll let you guys, I'll inform you guys more as time goes on all that flood issue and what I find out.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next, we've got an introduction of ordinance number 25-2022.
I'll make a motion
Okay, Councilman Kempton makes a motion to read this ordinance.
I'll second it.
Councilman Grass seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Tim?
Ordinance number 25-2022, an ordinance fixing the compensation of firefighters and police officers of the city of Washington, Indiana for the year 2023. Be it ordained by the Common Council of the city of Washington, Daviess County, Indiana, 1, that the wages of the firefighters and police officers for the year 2023 be and hereby are fixed as follows. Police Department, 1 assistant chief at an hourly wage of $27.70, 1 detective captain at $27.07, 2 detective sergeants at $25.80, 3 captains at $26.72 per hour, 3 sergeants at $24.84 per hour, 10 patrol officers at $24.26 per hour, 1 police pension secretary, $60 per month, 1 training coordinator, $60 per month, standby pay of $110 per week. Beginning rookie patrolman, $23.76. At the end of 6 months, $24.01 per hour. Beginning the second year, $24.26 per hour. For the purpose of computing pensions, the base annual salary for a patrolman based upon these wages is $52,460.80. The fire department, 2 battalion chiefs at here we go, what's this? Hourly wage, $16.291. 4 captains at $15.716 per hour. 2 lieutenants at $14.609 per hour. 8 firefighters at $14.271 per hour. 1 fire pension secretary, $60 per month. Beginning rookie firefighter, $13.961 at the end of 6 months, $14.120. Beginning second year, $14.271. For the purpose of computing pensions, the base annual salary for a firefighter based upon these wages is $52,460.39. Number 2, officers of the Washington Police Department shall be paid 35 cents per hour over and above their regular wages for hours worked on the second shift. Officers of the Washington Police Department, number 3, officers of the Washington Police Department shall be paid 50 cents per hour over and above their regular wages for hours worked on the third shift. Number 4, the probationary period of both police officers and firefighters shall be 1 year. Number 5, all employees listed above shall be paid the wages stated for all hours worked, except as outlined in sections 6 and 7. 6, all employees of the Washington Police Department shall receive 1 1/2 times the regular hourly wage for all hours worked in excess of 80 hours in a 14-day tour of duty. Vacation leave, sick leave, or any other time off shall not be counted as hours worked for the purpose of this section. 7, all officers of the Washington Fire Department shall receive 1 1/2 times the regular hourly wage for all hours worked in excess of 106 hours in the 14 days tour of duty. Vacation leave, holidays, sick leave, and personal leave shall count as hours worked for the purpose of this section. If a firefighter should be called in to work to fight a fire in the line of duty, and if it is not his regular hours to work, he shall be paid in addition to his overtime rate as follows: $8.50 per hour for battalion chiefs, $8.40 per hour for a captain, $8.15 per hour for a lieutenant, and $7.90 per hour for a firefighter. Number 8, all officers, including chiefs of the Washington Police Department and of the Washington Fire Department, shall receive a clothing allowance of $600 in June and December. Canine officer home care. 9, the 2 canine handlers of the Washington Police Department will receive $2,800 semi-annually to be paid the first pay period of May and November for home care of their assigned canine. Longevity. Number 10, officers of the Washington Police Department and the Washington Fire Department shall receive longevity pay as set out below. 1 through and including 3 years, 0. 4 through and including 10 years, $640 per year. 11 through and including 15 years, $970 per year. 16 through and including 20 years, $1,235 per year. 21 through and including 25 years, $2,000 per year. 26 years and including 30 years, $2,255 per year. 31 years and over, $2,565 per year. An employee hired prior to September 2013 shall be grandfathered and paid as authorized in accordance with number 16-2012 if that results in a higher payment. For purposes of longevity pay, years of service is calculated as of January 1st of each year. Certification, number 11. Officers, personnel of the Washington Police Department and the Washington Fire Department shall receive certification pay as set out below. Police Department, one firing range instructor, $27 per pay. One computer voice stress analysis, $27 per pay. 2 lab technicians, fingerprinting and photo, $27 per pay. 3 certified training instructors, $27 per pay. 2 canine handlers, $27 per pay. 1 defensive tactics instructor, $27 per pay. 10 breath test operators, $27 per pay. The Fire Department, 1 hazmat instructor, $27 per pay. 1 firefighter skill instructor, $27 per pay. 2 fire code inspectors, $27 per pay. 1 medical instructor, $27 per pay. 13 rope rescue, $27 per pay. 12 EMTs, $27 per pay. Salaried employees, that the bi-weekly salaries of the Chief of Police and Fire Chief are hereby fixed as follows. 1 Chief of Police, $2,500.25 bi-weekly. 1 Fire Chief, $2,500.25 bi-weekly. Number 13, all regular full-time employees of the Police and Fire Department whose positions are authorized year-round and who regularly work at least 35 hours per week are entitled to vacation leave, sick leave, and personal leave as set out in the municipal code or employee handbook of the City of Washington. Such employees are entitled to all other fringe benefits approved and funded by the Common Council. Number 14, all officers of the Washington Fire Department and Washington Police Department who may work on an occasional or sporadic basis and at the discretion of the Fire Chief and Police Chief and at the employee's option shall be paid a flat rate of $30 per hour, i.e. basketball games, special details, and special events. Number 15, a sick leave bonus will be paid to full-time employees as follows. A, if any employee of the city does not take annual sick time during a given year, the employee shall be paid the sum of $480 with his or her first pay in February of the following year. If an employee of the city uses sick time up to 2 days during the year, the employee shall be paid the sum of $240 with his or her first pay in February of the following year. If any employee takes more than 2 sick days during the year, the employee shall not be entitled to any additional compensation as referenced in this section. B, for employees who have worked for the city for less than 1 calendar year, the above amounts shall be $40 and $20 respectively for each calendar month of employment in his or her first year. C, for purposes of calculating the bonus, employees are permitted up to 8 hours for obtaining medical procedures or tests that are part of the Well Living Program, and these 8 hours shall not be counted against the number of days allowed for the sick bonus calculation. Upon providing documentation to the Clerk Treasurer's Office of having undergone a colonoscopy procedure as required by the city's Well Living Program, an employee will be permitted an additional 8 hours for a total of 16 hours, which shall not count against the number of days allowed for the sick bonus calculation. Passed by the Common Council of the City of Washington, Davis County, Indiana, this blank day blank 2022.
Okay. One question I have on this is that that special pay for this stuff, I know we haven't raised that for a long time, and I know I haven't really heard talk about it, but I know that that's some have worked for higher than that on other special details, but that's not even time and a half, the rate. I mean, I would like to see us at least raise that. And, you know, this is what other people are paying them when they're off duty, but for our ordinance kind of to reach what they're actually getting paid and not really go against what we have in the ordinance. I mean, I'd like to raise it at least a little for the off-duty flat rate for the police and fire, working the basketball
Special
games.
events and special details.
It's what, you know, it's not.
Number 14.
Yes,
Yeah.
number 14.
Police fire chief, you got any comment on that?
I would love at least 40. It's what we're normally getting paid for our off-duty gigs by other companies. When it comes to basketball games, school currently pays them $40 an hour. But during sectional, regional, where we have to provide the officers, they're getting 30. And they're not even wanting to do it because it's not even time and a half. So it's not worth their while to do it.
I mean, I just know, we haven't raised that in a long time.
It's been
25
years.
forever, and
Yes.
then I know we raised it to 30 a long time ago.
We have a hard time getting people to sign up, gotta beg them to sign up to work ball games.
I mean, I'd make a motion we correct it for the next reading of it. To $40 an
Another thing is, are those trucks out there take CDL drivers?
No,
Even that big truck?
no.
Not emergency.
We're exempt, we always have been, always have been.
Fire truck?
No.
Yeah, it's state, yeah, and we're exempt, so you don't have to, no, you don't. Yeah. But no, it's not, it's been that way for all the years I was with them, and, no. Huh?
They think used to be.
Okay, any other discussion on that? So, we have a motion to, change the, special event rate from 30 to 40. And I had, Councilman Grass seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, all right, we'll make that correction. Anything else on
Yeah,
this?
I got a question.
Sure.
On the fire department overtime pay, when they're called in to the fire, city laborers make $20.77. If they make time and a half, it's $30 plus. What does the average firefighter get? Does it equal overtime pay?
We have overtime rates.
But does it come close to that? I mean, is
It's
it?
Give me a second, I can tell you.
It's two and a half times.
That's what I was asking. I
It's
just want
two
to
and a
make,
half times,
I
but
would
when you
make
go into
sure that we
overtime, it's
want-
completely different. Then,
I just want to make sure that we weren't shortchanging that.
yeah. I mean, this, when they work regular duty and they get time and a half after
Yes.
106 hours.
Well, I
But
just
then
wanna make sure.
overtime's 2.5.
Yeah.
But call in. For a captain is 28.48.
See, a laborer on the street department would be making $30.
Calling fires,
Uh,
or is that just overtime?
That's for call in, well, no, sorry, 31.07 for a captain.
3107.
That's just first one on the payroll sheet.
Firefighter.
Firefighter would make
That's off this last.
28.48.
See, that's, street department laborer would make $30 an hour.
Are you going off the new ordinance?
No, this is,
No, that's still no.
that's this one.
It'll be a little higher.
I'm figuring on the new one, we're reading at 27.7 for a street department calling in. And this here would be a little bit less than that. You get what I'm saying?
No. That's, he's talking about last year's.
The current year we're in,
What will it count to this year? I just want to make sure we're not shortchanging.
Firefighters 14,271. I'm sure that's.
Well, I just want to make sure it's,
Good point for the committee.
Yeah.
I know it's been talked about before, where we're on, somebody comes in to call on fire, and then you call somebody from the water department, they're there for 5 minutes, and they make more than the guy fighting fire. But
They get the $100.
well, they're on call, but their overtime, they had a, I don't know if they still do or not, but like they had a 2 hour minimum if you get called out, it's 2 hours. 1 hour.
One for water.
So,
Yeah, just like the 1 hour show up, yeah. Okay. Anything else? We can address that. I mean,
I'm just looking real quick, and I mean,
yeah, I'd have to look at those numbers a little closer. I thought, calling fires was a little bit more than that, but, we'll look at it. Okay, anything else on this ordinance? Any other questions?
In the fire department, how many firefighter skill instructors do you have? One or two?
Used to always have 2 instructors.
I think two.
Okay. That's what I have.
Yeah, that's what we got down, yes.
Okay, okay. I thought I heard him say one and I.
Should have one on each shift.
Yes.
Okay, so for a total of 2, all right. Thank you.
Okay. All right, anything else? Any other questions? And like I say, please, when we get this committee and like I said, we need to, anything you have, please forward it to when we get this committee. Okay, if not, this ordinance will be up for adoption next council meeting. Okay, next ordinance, introduction of ordinance 26-2022.
I'll make a motion to read that ordinance.
Councilman Kempton makes a motion to read this ordinance. Second by Councilman Showalter, all in favor? Opposed?
Ordinance number 26-2022, an ordinance fixing the salaries of elected officials of the city of Washington, Indiana for the year 2023. Whereas the Common Council of the city of Washington, Indiana does ordain as follows. Section 1, that the salaries of elected officials of the city of Washington for the year 2023 be, and they are hereby fixed as follows. Mayor, biweekly general fund, $1,366.94. Biweekly utility fund, $1,366.94. Clerk treasurer, biweekly general fund, $1,254.91. Biweekly utility fund, $1,254.91. Council members, $135.95 each biweekly from general fund, and $135.95 each from biweekly utility fund. Section 2, that the mayor and clerk treasurer as full-time employees shall be eligible for all fringe benefits according to other city employees, and the council members shall be entitled to participate in the following benefits as offered to employees: health, vision, and dental and life insurance, and may make voluntary personal contributions to the 457 retirement plan. Section 3, the Washington Code of Ordinances is hereby amended in conformity with the terms of this ordinance, passed by the Common Council of the City of Washington, Davis County, Indiana, this blank day of blank, 2022.
Okay. Any questions on this ordinance? Okay. Hearing none, this ordinance will be up for adoption at the next council meeting. And the last ordinance we have tonight is introduction of ordinance number 27-2022.
I'll make a motion to read that
Councilman
ordinance.
Campbell makes a motion to read this ordinance.
With the exception of paragraph B.
Right.
Yes. Okay, with the exception of paragraph B.
I'll second it.
Councilman Gress seconds, all in favor?
All right.
Opposed?
Ordinance number 27-2022, an ordinance redistricting councilmanic districts in the city of Washington and amending section 30.40 of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Washington. Whereas Indiana Code 36-4-6-4 requires redistricting of the councilmanic districts of third-class cities within 2 years after the federal decennial census is conducted in order to ensure that the districts contain, as nearly as is possible, equal population. Now therefore be it ordained as follows. The Common Council of the City of Washington, Indiana desires to amend the Code of Ordinances as it describes the 5 council districts in the city as required by Indiana Code 36-4-6-4, which provides that the city must establish the districts in 2002, every 10 years after that, and when required to assign a next territory to a district. Number 1, the Council District 1 shall be comprised of precincts numbers 5 and 15, having an approximate population based on the 2020 census of 2,407. Number 2, Council District 2 shall be comprised of a portion of precinct number 6, precinct 7, and a portion of precinct 12, having an approximate population based on the 2020 census of 2,368. Number 3, Council District 3 shall be comprised of precincts numbers 8, 9, and a portion of precinct 10, having an approximate population based on the 2020 census of 2,408. Number 4, Council District 4 shall be comprised of a portion of Precinct 10, Precinct 11, and a portion of Precinct 12, having an approximate population based on the 2020 census of 2,395. And number 5, Council District 5 shall be comprised of a portion of Precinct 6 and Precinct numbers 13 and 14, having an approximate population based on the 2020 census of 2,439. Number 6, the purpose of this section is to ensure pursuant to IC 36-4-6-4B that the districts, among other requirements, contain as nearly as is possible equal population. Number 7, Council District 2 represents a change in that formerly District 2 was comprised of precincts numbers 6, 7, and 12. Number 8, Council District 3 represents a change in that formerly District 3 was comprised of precincts numbers 8 and 9 only. Number 9, Council District 4 represents a change in that formerly District 4 was comprised of precinct numbers 10 and 11 only. And 10, Council District 5 represents a change in that formerly District 5 was comprised of precinct numbers 13 and 14 only. Skipping over paragraph B, this ordinance shall take effect immediately after passage, passed by the Common Council of the City of Washington, Indiana, this blank day of blank 2022.
Where do we get the maps for that?
We'll have to get you some. I got one here that we can give you copies of. I guess this is the latest. It is. It's just it don't have a lot, but it just shows that it don't show the streets very well. But it just
And as far as precinct 12 goes, it'll still be precinct 12, but it'll just be in
Be split up
multiple.
3 ways.
So it's still called precinct 12.
Yeah. We had the county clerk involved in these talks as well, so
Yeah.
they said they could do it.
Yep, there's no hurry, but if you could get it.
we did, after we got all this information gathered and all this, we did send it to the county for their approval, because they county clerk hadn't approved that.
A lot easier with the voting centers instead of.
That's true.
Yeah, when the voting centers, that will make everything a lot
Be able to vote
easier.
anywhere.
Yeah, you won't have
What
to.
now?
there-
The new voting centers, you can vote anywhere in Davis County.
Yeah.
Changing voting centers.
Now you know.
So when you're in precinct 12, it don't matter, you'll have locations to go to, and no matter which one you go to, you stop and you can vote. So, yeah, it will make it a lot nicer, because it is confusing sometimes, though, which one to go to. From year to year, it changes some. Mine did, I mean.
Will they be allowed to vote in Crane, or up and Oden for Davis?
I didn't.
Even in the city.
I think it's Davis County.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think, I think.
Yeah, it'd be the same system probably. So.
I think so. I'd have to.
That's just a question, I just speaking of it.
I think so.
So your name would basically, when they put their name, it would let them know
What ballot they
the
pull.
ballot they would
I
go.
guess so, yeah.
Did your driver's license and that tells you?
I did not know.
You can vote.
This
Verify
is the
your
first year
address.
for it.
Unless your address changes, and then you can be estimate there.
Just done.
If, in reference to his question about can you vote no, if Washington's having a municipal election, vote centers in Washington will be the place you go. There won't be vote centers in.
But if there's
No,
county.
but I mean, because there's that,
But
over
if,
the county
but if
on
it's a regular election,
yeah.
you vote no, you vote in Montgomery, wherever you want to go vote. If, you work one place, you stop by the vote center on your way to work, they all count, it's the computer situation.
It'd be nice.
Is that just Indiana though, or? is that-
County.
Most states are going that way.
So it's by county, it's not by state?
It's state, it's county by county, but a lot of the counties, Knox County went to it 2 years ago.
We'll have less places to go.
Yeah, they won't be.
Right, not a big city.
But there'll be, enough that, there'll be a few. I'm not sure how many of them this next time we'll have here, but.
We'll find out real soon. won't we?
Won't we, yeah.
saves some money.
I don't know if that goes in effect this year or it goes in effect next year, does it? But yes, yes. Won't be this fall, yeah. Any other questions on this ordinance? Hearing none, this ordinance will be up for adoption at the next council meeting. And other business, we have the approval and execution of a community coordinator contract for services. This, Brian Ehoff came last meeting. We didn't have this on the agenda last meeting, but he came and kind of talked about this. And this contract is the same contract, well, identical contract that the county signed to participate in this community coordinator position. This position, well, the health program we have in the state, and Davis County decided to participate in the health program. This coordinator would be under that umbrella. They have asked the city to put in for the $25,000 for the their budget on this coordinator, and then the county would throw in $25,000. It's a 2-year position. It could go longer than that after that, but the state is only participating for 2 years. And after the first year of this, we'll get $10,000 back from when the county gets paid. They'll give us 10. They get 20, but they'll give the city 10, and they'll keep 10. So the first year is only costing us $15,000, and then the second year will cost us $25,000 to help fund this position. This position will be. They have to put 30 hours a week in for this health position. They have to give that much time to the health position.
And what will the actually do?
Help is going to give a possibility of a lot more grant opportunities through OPRA. This is kind of like the Stella, took the place of the Stella program back in the day when you heard Stella Community. It'll give Davis County a chance to participate in a lot more grant activity put out by OPRA.
We'll get an extra $1 million right away with this program.
Now, there's some
That's
match.
serious.
Yeah, with their projects that they submitted.
So they asked us, and Alan was part of some of the conversations we had, that, well, no, the budgets, they're not gonna have a big budget for this person, but, you know, with the money they get from the state and then what the county and city puts in.
So this would be revisited in 2 years?
This contract would go out, yes, it would be
Just 2 years.
just only for total, yeah, July 31st, 2024. It'll be.
And what's the mayor's recommendation?
Well, I think it's a good program. I mean, it's gonna help, it's gonna be under the economic development umbrella, so it's gonna be their employee, and they're gonna have to, you know, so we're just kind of helping promote the wages or the budget for this, and I think it's a good program. We have to have a coordinator under this umbrella, under this health program, so it's, you know, but the city don't have to participate in it, but I think it's a good program. What I would do is, for the 25, is take it out of this money. I think it's a good, it could be a very good thing for Davis County, and I'm sure it will be. But they're looking right now for this person. They're taking applications, they're doing interviews for that person, but they have, the EDC will track their time and everything, that we won't have to, but if you read the contract, we do have input on their duties and stuff, and we can request information from them, and we can request.
So we can request after 2 years exactly what we've benefited.
Yeah.
They're gonna give an annual report.
Yes.
So they will.
Yes.
Part of the contract.
Instead of 2 years.
Yeah. And after July 31st, this contract will not exist anymore, and then they will see at that point if they want to continue this position.
I mean, I think the city of Washington will benefit from the projects that the county does just because of us being.
But I'd like to know at the end of, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we make sure we got everything.
And, you know, when those programs come up, I mean, that, we will be able to bring that back to the council and let them know, you know, this program coming up. So you guys would get, or whoever in the council is, would know what's going on.
So what's the process, what do you need from,
Just got to approve this contract of services,
you need a motion?
please.
Second, approved.
Okay, Councilman Kempton makes a motion to approve this contract for services, and Councilman Shore seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. And me being on the EDC board as a appointed position, you know, we'll keep real close, we'll know what's going on there. So I can. Okay, that's all that's on the agenda tonight. Anybody in the audience got anything for the council tonight to bring up that hasn't been discussed? Okay, hearing none. Councilman Chris, you got anything?
The only thing I have is I take 2 kids to school, one at Griffiths and one at Lane Bank, today, and 3 or 4 times, picking them up in the afternoon. Traffic is back out on Highway 50, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, and tonight, they get out, they open the door at 2:30. Tonight at quarter after, there was like 6 cars on the highway going east, and 2 in the turning lane going west,
Trying to get in.
trying to turn.
Yes.
And go and turn. So I don't know what to do about that, but there's going to be a wreck right there.
I know Officer Garland's been patrolling that in the mornings. I've seen him over there, you know.
He's there in the morning, Wagner's in the
Helping with the
afternoon.
bus.
And it does good over there.
Yeah, helping with the buses and stuff. And
I can give you a pointer, just living across the street. Wait till about 7:45 to bring your kids and there's nobody there. You can.
Well, I know that, I understand that, but
Everybody wants to be first, I think, or
the
something.
problem is,
waiting, dismissal.
no, well, the problem is there, it's preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. Every mother there has to hug their kid, put them in the car, buckle them in, and it just takes time. And I understand that, you know, we did that,
Yeah.
I understand all that.
All the kids at the primary school legally should be in car seats too. You know, they're all the age that it's required. So everybody's got to be in a car seat or a
Yeah.
booster seat.
Yeah, and the rest of the schools, they just jump in the car, everybody goes.
They almost need a queuing area.
During the highway department, schools should make a eastbound turning.
Is there anything we could do to help traffic move?
I don't know what it could be,
That's.
but who's responsible if a truck comes down there and hits about 3 cars?
The truck.
Well,
The truck. Stop the traffic.
have you,
Exasperated next year.
No, I think the problem is parents maybe have to go to more than one school, so they start early.
or let those cars
You know.
go back to the back.
They get there an hour before school's out too.
Yeah. I mean,
When
they
they
start
first went in
lining up at
line.
7:15. When they're walking the dogs, they're lining
Or
up
let the
already
school
at
give them the
7:15.
opportunity to go, because right now they got the gates shut. You know,
And if
they're where they can. And they haven't given approval to do it. Have you ever had a chance to talk to Mr. Frank?
Yeah, I talked to him all the time.
I mean, about this?
Yeah, it's actually a lot better now than it was a week and a half ago.
I mean, it's a work.
They said, you know,
Yeah.
to get going, it would get better.
It has got better, believe it or not. They do actually have a queuing area. They wind them back and forth in that parking lot. The problem is that they're young kids, so the parents do have to get out. They have to go to the door to get them. They have to put them in the booster seats.
I know.
It's a process.
Are they aware of next year it's gonna be a bigger problem with the highway project?
Well,
They are, yes.
I think they'll have to definitely do something next year because that highway project will.
If the parents would line up down 11th Street to the south, instead of coming off the highway, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's,
But they won't do that.
we can't force them to.
No, you know?
I mean, they'd use their heads, that'd be the best thing to do, but.
You know, you can just sit and watch and you can
Next
tell,
year
you
we'll
can
have to
tell
have
them, oh, you
something
should do this, oh, you
done,
should do that,
because
but there's a lot of
do that
carrots
and
on
we'd be out there.
Exactly.
Working on highway.
Yeah, from our house.
If people listened, I wouldn't have a
Just
job.
come down south.
I know
You just
the
this way.
police officer Darwin's there, and the buses are supposed to come down that eastbound ramp, I call it, and go right. There's no buses supposed to go left, so he's there to tell, trying to make sure they go to the right. And
But now that they're coming out the alley.
They could actually use the field there.
I mean, and we'll keep an eye out. The only thing we can do is talk to Mr. Frank, and express our concerns and opinions.
They're really working on it, I mean.
Yeah, I know they are.
I think the only thing they could do is make that parking lot bigger, to make the queue lines longer,
Yeah,
but.
yeah.
that's
There's
gonna be
plenty of room to do that.
Well, there is, but there's gonna be a lot of dirt moved to do it.
No, I mean, you can queue it in the parking lot, you can snake them tighter.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They've got 3 now, I think.
We'll keep an eye out. That's all we can do, Bill.
Even a light wouldn't work any better.
No, because cars go down the ramps on both sides, or at least on the westbound side. It only takes about, 8 or 10 cars there to get down from there to the highway. Yeah, that's the concern I have, when they start getting in the highway like that.
Me too. I don't care about being on.
Being up on the, crammed in the other part. But, well, we'll talk. I can have a conversation. I know they're working on it, and that people call me all the time and give me requests.
Blacktop people are doing great.
Yeah, blacktop people, it's looking good. They got 3 more roads done today, some long stretches, and so that's, they're halfway right now, and they should be done by the end of the week and be out. But it looks good. It looks like they're doing a really good job. I've been watching them. And
They're grinding that off along the golf course when we playing golf.
yeah. Well, and for some of you golfers, I think they sloped it a little bit more so when it hits the road, it comes back.
We were hoping so,
We were hoping, that was our comment.
Yeah, but yeah, they're doing a great job. I told them they're good, and we're watching it very closely.
Very good.
Now, and just for your information, since we're calling blacktop, the millings are out there at South Park, and we have plans on using those millings. Not only in South Park, but I got some alleys that I got 3 of them on the list myself that I like to see used on. We've used them in alleys already, and they've worked out great, so, we're gonna use those millings.
What are they doing Bedford Road, so I can volunteer?
I don't know exactly. Brian's at a conference right now. I'd say they're gonna be up 18th, 19th, and 20th tomorrow, and they got Parkdale done today. I'd say if they're not there tomorrow, I can try to find out and let you know, but if not tomorrow, they will be Wednesday. Yeah, we've had a hard time finding out where they're at, even the city.
Are they raising the manhole covers up on all the?
They're gonna have to go back and raise some.
Yeah, I saw a couple.
They don't raise them as they go, but we'll have to raise some.
You stole off my list.
Every time we pave any given year, we have to go back and there's some that has to get raised.
They paved over a bunch of the water valves too.
Did they?
Usually they ask for risers for them, but this year nobody.
Yeah, Brian, usually they ask for risers on the manholes.
They're just going right over the top of everything, I guess.
Are they going back? I saw some out, that
Just knowing Iowa, they went several of them today. Or
we need to
yesterday.
address that though.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Brian and see, he's at a conference for street commissioners.
Don and Dan did a fantastic job on that highway up there, raising manhole. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Last year, when they was down west, they, EMB did, I thought, raise some
levels out there. I mean, the ones by ours, of course, they concreted around them.
Yeah.
They, paved around that, but I mean, they were,
But that's fantastic.
he was very meticulous when he was doing that.
Yes, it was.
I'll look into that, on that, but yeah, they're doing a good job putting it down. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Dave?
I don't have anything to add.
Viola, where the washout is there any? Vista.
Let me say, well,
Vista.
yeah, Viola,
Yeah, Vista.
they had to order parts. They had to
Yeah.
order, they had to order their materials, and they found them at
They're supposed to start digging that out tomorrow because they're borrowing one of our guys in the dump truck.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, they've been waiting on product. You
Well, I
know.
figured that,
The
not
culvert.
something you just have
I
stuck.
got 2 culverts that go in there. And I am gonna address that situation with these upstate people tomorrow, with the city, what, you know, that being washed out like that.
Too wild.
Cause we got an estimate of that is $41,000 for that. So I'm gonna address that with the ladies, from IDHS tomorrow. And tell them at least, you know, see what they say. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
I was gonna mention that manhole.
Tim, you got anything?
No, I don't.
I was gonna mention the manholes too.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll have to look into that. I saw some of them, I've rode around, some's not too bad, and others are,
Pretty bad.
yeah, depressed, yeah. Randy?
Thank you again, I told you earlier, but for 11th Street, down by Brian Mall, we're cutting the grass, and
Oh, yes,
when I was walking, the Johnson grass was taller than I was.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
nice to see it down.
I mean, we give a list, and we try to get some of those faster than we do, but sometimes, you know, getting our crew out there, and they got a whole list, it takes, he's really good about going around finding those, and, we just let people know, and I try to tell them, you know, we just want them to take care of the place, we don't want to be out there doing that, but there's sometimes we have to. Okay, Danny?
I spoke with Sir Gutter, I had a meeting with Sir Gutter and Aaron Mullen.
Yeah.
So Aaron had just said that, and actually a couple of city employees have mentioned this in the last couple of months. When they get their longevity pays or the upcoming COVID pay, the sick pay bonuses at the beginning of the year, they're wondering if they could go back now that everything's direct deposited and it wouldn't be as much of a cost, or we don't think it would be much of a cost. Can those go back to being on opposite pay weeks so they don't get taxed as hard? Is that possible?
Well, they not get taxed as hard.
Because it's a larger amount.
Opposite pay weeks.
So it used to be that way. They would get their bonuses and stuff, and then, from what I understand from the people that were talking to me, they stopped doing that because of stamps, paper, etc. But now it's all direct deposit, so.
So they want longevity, sick bonus, and what else?
Well, like that COVID check instead of it being lumped in. Is there?
I'll check into it, see what there's something, we can work that out. And I'll let
I
you
know we used to, it would knock you into a higher bracket.
Depending on.
Like if you had overtime and then you got that benefit.
But you would still get at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's still, but at that time.
You get to use it today is just tomorrow.
Right.
You said something, Trish, and that used to help.
Okay, I'll check into it and get back.
Okay.
Okay,
That's all I have.
all right. All right, Beth, you got anything for us?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. Hearing nothing else, this means Board of Works and Safety in 5 minutes. City of Washington Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, August 22nd, 2022. Call the meeting to order, please. First thing we got is approval of minutes of the August 8th, 2022 regular meeting.
We would approve those as written.
Okay, Councilman Dahl makes a motion to approve as written.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Nash seconds. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion approval of claims tonight submitted to the Board of Works for approval.
I'll move we approve the claims.
Councilwoman Nash makes a motion to approve the claims as presented, and Councilman Dahl seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then the third thing on the agenda, we have discussion approval of renewal of an interlocal agreement between the City of Washington and the Washington Community School Corporation for the School Resource Officer. This was, this is a same as it was before. We haven't done one, I don't think we've done since 2017. I didn't know why we haven't done one every year for each year, but according to Brandon, to the previous mayor, and he thought it was supposed to be just an automatic renewal every year. He said, I don't know, never heard that, but here's the for the next year from July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. They pay us a total of $50,000 for a resource officer, and it tells what they do, and the chief's really good about staying on top of this. And if a resource officer ain't not there, he gets to appoint somebody, and I've read through the contract, and so we bring this in front of you for approval. If okay, Councilman Dahl makes a motion to approve this interlocal agreement. Councilman Nash seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's all we have on the agenda tonight for the Board of Works. Does anybody in the audience got anything else for the Board of Works and Safety tonight?
The school corporation has already signed off.
Yes, they signed off on Thursday night on their agreement.
Do we have to go back and do anything for years if we have an agreement? Assume money.
No, I don't think.
We billed them, they paid it, so.
Yeah. And Joe, I ran into Joe and I said something to him, and he said, well, I thought it was supposed to be an automatic renewal. No, I didn't see anything said that, but everybody's happy, school's happy.
One board of council and board of health.
Yeah. Okay, you got anything else for the Board of Works side?
I'm gonna bring up one thing, Brian's not here, but hopefully you can remember to mention to him. I had a citizen mention a hole in the road near Maple and Meridian. I didn't drive by and look at it, but he asked that be checked into.
Okay. Yeah,
Called me at Walmart.
I go that way a lot. I don't remember seeing it, but I'll pass that on to Kathy tomorrow. She can make a note of it and then tell those guys when Aaron's with Brian right now, but we'll get the word out. Yeah, either one of you.
I like seeing the police officers at the school in the mornings and in the afternoon. I don't know if they're at the other schools, but they're definitely at Griffith.
Yes, we.
It's really great, and the kids see that and think it's cool, and I like it.
Yeah, I think they rotate, and our reserve officer does a great job with the kids at schools too. Yeah.
Yeah, we hit every
Mr.
school in the
Hudson,
morning and
Mark
afternoons.
does a great job with them. So it's good to see him out and as a reserve doing that for the community. Okay, David, you got anything?
I don't know.
Okay. Just sort of like say, I'll put that reminder out that IDHS is going to be out in the flood zones with that tomorrow. So if any of the council members would get a call saying they'll be ID'd and stuff, and they'll make sure they tell the people who they're with, and they'll have their state IDs on, and see what we get done. Okay, Beth, do you have anything? All right, hearing nothing, this meeting's adjourned.